first time ever, 5 former MVPs will be on the field at the same time, but all eyes are on the 2 biggest stars of all. Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge go head-to-head to see who's the greatest player of this generation. It all begins tonight in Game 1 of the World Series. The boys in blue, the Bronx Bombers. Get ready, New York. It's the Fox 5 pregame show.
Good evening and welcome to the Fox 5 pregame show ahead of Game 1 of the 2024 World Series between the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi everyone, I'm Tina Cervasio coming to you live from Dodger Stadium in Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles, California. Now this is a rivalry renewed. We have been talking about it for days now, and you just heard it in the open of our show. The Yankees are facing the Dodgers in the World Series now for the 12th time. The Yankees have already won 8 of those matchups, losing 3 of those. Tonight, we're going to bring you some local coverage of this World Series, leading you up to the national coverage on the MLB on Fox pregame show, which starts at 7 p.m. Now, every spring training in Tampa, Florida, for the New York Yankees, it's World Series or bust. The Yankees were last in the World Series in 2009 when they won their 27th World Series championship when they beat the Philadelphia Phillies. But why has it taken them so long to get back? Now, we can go through all of the stats from this year's Yankees team and in the years past. We can also talk about the 2 $300 million contracts in order to lock up Aaron Judge and pitcher Garrett Cole. Also trading for another $300 million contract in NL MVP Giancarlo Stanton, and then getting Juan Soto this past offseason as well. But in the end, according to tonight's Yankees starting pitcher Garrett Cole, it is all about the team's chemistry this season.
You know, I think our communication is high. I think, we're really honest with each other about our emotions and about our feelings. I think that we are, really connected in the way that we play. We try to learn from our mistakes and just have open conversations about those things. And I think, when you have that type of closeness with your teammates, that's the kind of stuff that fosters relationships, that translate both to playing well and also having friends or family for a long time.
Joining us now on the Fox 5 pregame show, the voice of the Yankees for so many years on WFAN radio, Susan Waldman. Susan, here we are for Game 1. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and actually it's been more than a while to come here. This is so, I get really emotionally up with this. This is Dodgers Yankees. This is George punching someone in an elevator out here. This is Reggie Jackson. This is everything that's happened with these two franchises over the years, and Torrey going here and Mattingly going here and everybody coming back. This is history everywhere.
And what a matchup. But we're going to get into the details in a moment, but no one will die now out here in Los Angeles, especially with the Dodgers organization. Susan, I was listening to WFAN radio when you said if that right field door to the bullpen is not fixed, I'm going to kill someone. Someone's going to die. You were on WFAN. So tell me how you went and checked and sorted things out.
Well, that kind of went viral, and it was on the New York Post that I threatened to kill the Dodgers. And so I went out there yesterday, and people took pictures of me kicking the padding. There is padding there. And Stan Kasten, whom I just saw upstairs, who's the president of the Dodgers, said, it's there. It's all padded. We fixed it. It's okay. But it's amazing how this happens now in this world. It goes viral, and there I am kicking a fence out there. I snuck out into right field to see if it was padded.
But that changed the Yankees' fate when Judge went down because of that.
It changed the whole year. Yeah. Without Judge, he tried really hard. It's hard to play with broken feet.
And speaking of Judge, can you put into context this matchup? And I know they don't go head-to-head, but Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, it's the 2 MVPs going at each other. This is Larry and Magic. And it is, except they don't play. They play against each other, but they don't play against each other, if you know what I mean. And it's going to bring people watching this sport probably that, we'll look and see if there's a score. Nobody cares. This is going to be, I think the highest game was 1986, Game 7, Mets and Red Sox had 55 million people. So they are thinking since then, it's never been like that. It's going to be like this time.
Yeah, it's just wild. When you think about the way that both of those hitters hit, what are the challenges for Judge?
Well, here's the thing about Judge, and this is what we've seen now, is that World Series, usually it's not the star that wins the game. It's somebody that they've kind of forgotten about. They didn't forget about Giancarlo Stanton, I promise. But Judge is being pitched to very differently. He's not seeing any good pitches, so he's not getting anything to hit. Once you start going outside your zone, you're lost. So he doesn't do it, so it looks like he's not hitting, but they're not. Why would you pitch to him when you can pitch to the guy behind him, unless it's Stanton?
And finally, I mean, John comes back. We all said goodbye, and he comes back, and they get to the World Series. How has this, extra journey with him been to get here?
I think it's fabulous. One of the things about John is that he never really got to say goodbye to anybody, to me, to anybody. He just, all of a sudden, he was gone. And from what I've heard about fans, this is right. I mean, for the last time to really have John Sterling in the booth, particularly Dodgers, Yankees. I mean, it's great. And I think there's a comfort level that John is there. Because he's done so many of these, and to hear that Yankees win is like ingrained in everybody. I'm just so glad he's back.
And you could hear John Sterling and Susan Waldman on WFAN radio throughout the series. It's so great to see you here, Susan, and to do this for our Fox 5 pregame show. Thank you.
Thank you. Anytime.
Coming up next on the Fox 5 pregame show, our Jennifer Williams breaks down the numbers and puts into historical perspective what Giancarlo Stanton has done for the Yankees in the postseason to get them here to the World Series.
State Senator Anthony Palumbo is getting too comfortable in Albany and forgetting who he's supposed to work for. Palumbo voted to allow flavored vapes targeted at kids and took multiple donations from Big Tobacco. Palumbo has also voted against bills to protect abortion rights. And he opposed basic regulations for military-style weapons used in mass shootings. So who is Anthony Palumbo really fighting for?
The pride of New York right now, Mondaire Jones.
AOC's proud of Mondaire Jones because they shared the same radical agenda.
To end mass incarceration and defund the police.
Jones wanted to defund police, just like AOC. Jones even supported early release for dangerous criminals, just like AOC. Liberal Mondaire Jones.
The pride of New York right now, Mondaire Jones.
He'll do anything to make AOC proud. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm actor Eric Winter, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. For more than 2 decades, Tunnel to Towers has been supporting America's greatest heroes. The foundation is continuing to pay off mortgages for fallen first responders and Gold Star families with young children. Now, T2T is committing itself to eradicating veteran homelessness. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let us do good.
We're paying the price of a broken border right here in the Hudson Valley.
They've started busing migrants to upstate counties.
They were going to sanctuary cities in the Hudson Valley.
2 buses of migrants have now arrived in the town of Poughkeepsie.
But D.C. politicians are funding illegal immigrants. Who's fighting for us? This is my home. And after 2 decades with the NYPD, I'm going to fight for it. I'm Allison Esposito, and I approve this message.
What's retirement mean to me?
More time with my grandkids.
I can garden more. Social Security, Medicare are very important, and we could lose them.
I'm confident Pat Ryan will not let that happen.
Medicare is fundamental to a healthy adult life.
I look at Social Security as not just a promise, but as my investment.
I've worked hard my whole life, and it's good to know that we have Pat Ryan working for us now.
I'm Pat Ryan, and I approve this message.
You're watching the Fox 5 pregame show.
At the end of the day, we all gonna have our big moments. Just don't try to focus on that. Don't try to look. I would say don't try to look for the big moments. Just let it come to you. You know, because when you start looking for the moment, then you start chasing. You start going out of your zone. You start playing for yourself instead of playing for the team.
Welcome back to the Fox 5 pregame show ahead of Game 1 of the 2024 World Series between the New York Yankees and Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, very early this afternoon, around 12:30 p.m. local time, 3:30, back in New York, two Yankees players came out to hit in the batting cage way before the Yankees were scheduled for batting practice, and one of them was Giancarlo Stanton getting in his extra work. Well, with that, let's bring in our own Jennifer Williams right now, back in New York. And Jennifer, when I was watching Giancarlo do the extra work today, it's incredible to think about the numbers that he has put up for the Yankees during the postseason, especially this year. And of course, he has had his struggles during the regular season, but it just seems like when the bright lights of October turn on, so does Stanton's bat. What have you found out?
Tina, this has been an incredible storyline. Stanton is Mr. October. He's had a monster postseason so far, earning MVP honors behind 4 home runs in the ALCS. Through 9 playoff games, Stanton went 10 for 34 with 2 doubles, 5 homers, 11 RBI. Stanton even stole a base, so there is no limit to what Big G can do in prime time.
I love these guys. Everything we've been through all year, been resilient.
No one has been more resilient than Giancarlo Stanton. His time in pinstripes filled with injuries, as he's never come close to the 59 homers he hit in his final year in Miami. He was written off by most Yankees fans, many calling on Yanks GM Brian Cashman to release him in the offseason. Stanton struggled midway through the season, again missing time with injuries. But when he returned to the lineup, the Yanks played their best ball of the season.
If I'm out there and available and putting the barrel on the ball, good things can happen. So that's the idea, just be available and do what I can.
That ball's hit well, deep center field. Way back there, Giancarlo Stanton, a home run! Judge and Stanton go back to back!
Throughout his Yankee career, good things always seem to happen for Stanton when it matters most. The postseason, hitting 16 homers and driving in 35 runs.
It's the most important time, you got to rise up, you got to prepare, you got to be ready for it, and just understand how important it is.
And we saw it game after game where he either came up with a big homer, came up with a big hit to driving a couple of runs, took a walk when he needed to set something else up. Just the guys locked in.
But now the real test begins. No matter how many home runs he hits and how many runs he drives in, Stanton knows to become a true Yankee, he needs a World Series ring.
It's everything. I mean, it's everything you hoped and dreamed, and the reason I came here, and it's been a long few days of anticipation, and we're almost here now.
Tina, Stanton now has 16 homers in 36 career playoff games, and he's got at least 4 more games to go yard a few more times. For some perspective, the captain, Derek Jeter, is 5th on the all-time list with 20 postseason home runs. I'll send it back to you two in LA.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. From one Fox 5 star to another, Robert Moses is here in the City of Stars. And Robert, after you reported live this morning on Good Day New York, which is 3 a.m. local time, you have taken the time to put together the history, the matchups, the names, the numbers, everything that leads to this rivalry now renewed here at the 2024 World Series.
Yeah, this is a rivalry that dates back all the way to 1941. This will be the 12th World Series matchup between these two teams. And in talking to the players yesterday, while in one breath they may say, we have to treat this like any other game, like any other series, in the next breath they'll tell you this isn't like any other game, like any other series. They know that if they can prove heroic in this series, they will go down as immortals.
We're talking baseball. You can't possibly talk baseball without talking Yankees-Dodgers, a World Series match made in heaven that has occurred 11 times before. The 1981 song Talkin' Baseball memorializes two of the boldest-faced names in this rivalry, Dodgers center fielder Duke Snider and Yankees center fielder Mickey Mantle. Mickey and the Duke. The World Series memories brought to you by these teams are almost too numerous to name. The Yankees winning their first Fall Classic meeting in 1941. Don Larson's perfect Game 5 in 1956. Reggie Jackson's 3 homers in Game 6 in 77. The late great Fernando Valenzuela's pitching prowess in Game 3 in 81. The last time these two blue-chip franchises met for baseball's ultimate prize.
This was the matchup that Major League Baseball was salivating for, waiting to see the Yankees and Dodgers. It's kind of crazy to me that we've waited 43 years for this matchup. With teams that are perennially good.
Baseball historian Ed Randall, who hosts Remember When, Saturdays on SiriusXM Radio's MLB Network channel, can't wait for the latest installment.
It's been a glorious matchup, and I dare anybody to say that this rivalry of the Yankees and Dodgers should take a backseat to any other in American professional sports.
Current players and potential Hall of Famers can add their names to Yankees-Dodgers lore. The Yankees, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. The Dodgers, Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani and his teammate, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, hail from Japan, making this a true World Series.
There could be 100 million Japanese watching this World Series because of Yamamoto and Ohtani. This is going to be a blessing for Major League Baseball.
A blessing that could leave all of us talking baseball for years to come.
Robert, a story so well told. Okay, real quick, what has been the Yankees are back in the World Series, and I'm here to see it moment?
That's easy. When I walked into Dodger Stadium yesterday and saw that iconic backdrop with the yellow seats and the palm trees, that was my wow moment.
Oh, wait, it is so great to have you here. And coming up next on the Fox 5 pregame show, a Yankees legend as a World Series winner, as both a player and a manager. Joe Girardi joins us next.
Fox Local is Fox 5 New York. Stream Good Day New York, live news, and more.
We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's going to be a good show.
Something for everyone. Fox Local is built for you on your phone, on your TV, as local as you are. Fox Local.
I needed an abortion to save my life. But Mark Molinari's running on a MAGA platform to ban abortion in New York. We can't let Mark Molinaro take away our rights.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
The pride of New York right now, Mondaire Jones.
AOC's proud of Mondaire Jones because they shared the same radical agenda.
To end mass incarceration and defund the police.
Jones wanted to defund police, just like AOC. Jones even supported early release for dangerous criminals, just like AOC. Liberal Mondaire Jones.
The pride of New York right now, Mondaire Jones.
He'll do anything to make AOC proud. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A national abortion ban puts the lives of Long Island women in danger. Nick LaLota will back it. He cheered when Roe was overturned, bragged he'll strip New York women of their protections, even voted to put doctors in jail. LaLota's extreme position isn't just wrong, it's dangerous. How dangerous? Ask a doctor before LaLota has them arrested. John Avlon will stop a national abortion ban.
I'm John Avlon, and I approve this message.
What's retirement mean to me?
More time with my grandkids.
I can garden more. Social Security, Medicare are very important, and we could lose them.
I'm confident Pat Ryan will not let that happen.
Medicare is fundamental to a healthy adult life.
I look at Social Security as not just a promise, but as my investment.
I've worked hard my whole life, and it's good to know that we have Pat Ryan working for us now.
I'm Pat Ryan, and I approve this message.
Mondaire Jones is working to secure our border. In Congress, Mondaire stood with law enforcement and voted for more Border Patrol agents. It's why police officers like me support Mondaire Jones. He'll keep us safe.
HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
You're watching the Fox 5 pregame show.
Seems like a family. I think going through a lot of adversity in the regular season, the ups and downs, the losing streaks, the tough times, the good moments, we're kind of rolling. It just all helps us get together and kind of build that unity.
When Aaron Judge was just starting his baseball career in college in 2011 as a freshman at Fresno State University, there was another student athlete there as a freshman as well, playing on the football and basketball team. His name, Davante Adams. That's right. In fact, Judge and Adams, I mean, it's pretty impressive, the two illustrious professional careers that follow the two of them. Judge was drafted by the New York Yankees in 2013, and then Adams drafted by the Green Bay Packers in 2014. Well, have you heard? Davante Adams is now a member of the New York Jets, and I had a chance to talk to him about this earlier this week in practice. Fresno State, you're there at the same time as Aaron Judge. Were you guys friends? You know him?
Yeah, I did. I tried to recruit him. He was like Blake Griffin to me. I was trying to get him to come out and be, because I went to Fresno to play football and basketball initially, so I was trying to get his ass on the hoop court or the football field, one or the other, but he was in the batting cages as he should.
He did okay. What do you think of, what have you admired about him from afar now and where he is in the World Series this week?
I mean, it's a special thing. He's doing something that, I aspire to do, which is to, have a chance at a championship, and he went to the greatest university in the world, so can't really have too much to complain about for him there.
And joining us now on the Fox 5 pregame show, former Yankees manager, World Series champion himself, Joe Girardi. Joe, how are you out here in L.A. for Game 1?
Oh, this is great. I mean, this is what they wanted to happen, and when they predicted both teams would, win their pennants, and they both did, and this is great for baseball. This matchup has happened so many times, and this should be just a fantastic series.
Joe, it's amazing. I was with you at a charity event back in June, and you talked about the back of the Yankees bullpen needs some work in order for them to make the postseason. They got here. Yeah. What did you see, the way that Boone tweaked it and how the players themselves stepped up? Yeah,
Luke Weaver did an excellent job in the closer's role. I think Tommy Kahnle really picked it up. Tim Hill was really good. Cousins threw the ball well. And Clay Holmes, he went through his struggles as a closer, but then he came back as a kind of a setup, seventh inning guy. You can use him for multiple innings, pitched really, really well. So the back end of their bullpen has been really good, and it's going to take that because starters don't go long in these series, and they're going to have to step up even a little bit more.
What is different about Tommy Kahnle and his approach now coming out of the bullpen?
Well, when I had him, he was 97, 98. Now he's like the 93, 94, but he always had the great changeup. And I believe that he's thrown 46 changeups in a row. You have to go back to like 4 outings ago when he threw a fastball. You know it's coming, and you still can't hit it. That's how deceptive it is. And he'll be big against some of these left-handed hitters they have.
Can you believe it's been since 2009 that the Yankees just got to the World Series? What you think is different about this team?
Well, I think that it's tough to get here, number one, because of all the rounds, and you have to have so many things go right, and you can't have anyone really have an off series and not do well and expect to get here. But this team has fought all year long. I mean, I think about they didn't have Garrett Cole the first 3 months of the season and how they got here. Carlos Rondon stepped up. I thought Nestor did a good job, and I thought, Clark Schmidt got hurt then, and they lost him, and Luis Gil was outstanding. So I just think that they stepped up when they had to. And yeah, they went through some hard times, but every team does. And that's where you have to persevere. And you always hear about managers talk about when you get this far in the season, there's been a lot of perseverance, and the Yankees have done that.
Joe, thank you so much for joining us. It's so great to see you out here.
Yeah, thanks.
And you can catch Joe on Yes Network. They've got pre- and post-game shows throughout, of course, the entire World Series.
Thank you.
New York, a city built on originality. You see it on the streets, and you see it in what we do at Fox 5. Like our original stories.
Surge of migrants crossing through Canada.
Our camera was the only one allowed along on their mission.
And our in-depth news reporting that goes beyond the headlines. That's the news we do on Fox 5.
If you get sick with COVID-19, someone will feel all alone. Get an updated vaccine this season so you don't let down the ones who matter most. Last fall, more people were hospitalized from COVID than the flu. COVID is always changing. Protect yourself this season with an updated vaccine. Do it for you and them.
Free to play with a shot at $2,000 in casino bonus every day, Reward Machine is your chance at the #1 feeling, which is still winning. Still better than number 85. The feeling of getting away from it all, especially your coworker Rob. And even better than number 23. A bear being afraid of you. New FanDuel Casino players get 350 bonus spins, plus up to 1,000 back in casino bonus.
23 years. Tom Kane Jr. has spent 23 years in Trenton and D.C. trying to strip away women's rights. Kane Jr. voted to punish doctors, refused to protect IVF fertility treatments. Now he's supporting the extremists trying to ban abortion nationwide, with no exceptions for rape, incest, or to save a woman's life. Don't let career politician Tom Kane Jr. ban abortion in New Jersey. HMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
You've seen it on all your socials, but how does my dream modular sectional compare to the competition? Let's play Bob's Dare to Compare. Both sport a trendy modular design with feather blend cushions, but how much do they cost? Show me my everyday low price. Now for their price, spin that wheel.
I got this.
Wow, that's over $1,000 more. See how much you can save when you dare to compare. In store or at mybobs.com.
First pitch between the New York Yankees and Los Angeles Dodgers for Game 1 of the World Series is 8:08 p.m. The Yankees' Garrett Cole up against the Dodgers' Jack Flaherty on the mound. More details on the lineups coming up on the MLB on Fox pregame show, which is getting started just across the way over there by third base. For Jennifer Williams and Robert Moses, I'm Tina Cervasio. Thank you for watching the Fox 5 pregame show. Enjoy Game 1.